I did it, y'all. So the last video in this series, I said that I wanted to finish the outline, and I did it. Like, I quite literally kept going. Now, I want to be very clear. The outline, as far as me plotting the story, is done. However, there's still, though I don't know exactly, I know there are going to be points that come up that have to be written from the other character's point of view. So my caveat with completing the outline in less time than what I initially suspected is that I know there'll be more that'll have to come later. Additionally, there is a particular storyline that I'm working with. I'm trying to figure out, there are pieces of it in there already in this first kind of run through of an outline, and I know I need to beef up that portion of the story a bit more. So that's the other thing. Now, thirdly, and hopefully lastly, there are spaces in the story that they're not left blank, but they're a general overview. So there's a point where, which I guess you would call the like fun and games portion, where I did not outline specifically every single thing that needed to happen, but like, I know they need to go to a beach. I know this party needs to happen. I know that this relationship needs to be explored. And I did that intentionally because the rest of this is so fully fleshed out that I call myself giving myself space to be able to, if need be, pull in the B story a little bit more, or explore something that maybe was mentioned before, or something that I know is going to come, and set it up there. So I am done. It is Sunday, just over Sunday afternoon. We're just going into the 1 o'clock hour. I finished it. I told myself in the last video I would give myself to the end of Sunday night by midnight. So now what I'm going to do is actually organize the outline that I have so far. I'm going to like go through the whole spell check and everything and make sure that it's readable and legible, like just formatted essentially, like get any restructuring that needs to happen with the actual content that's on the page. That's my plan, so that I can hopefully get this printed out like today. Because though I have it all here and it's not canon until it's published, right now I feel like this will make this a smoother transition. Now, the other thing that I'm enjoying with this is I just got into dictation. At the time that this video is released, there should be a video about like me trying dictation again after trying for so many times and failing, and like getting it right, everything just clicking with me. So I'm one who can kind of skip around when I'm writing, but for the most part, the pantser side of me that has been there since I was a kid, whatever, that pantser side of me has made me just write consistently. And then if I get to a portion of the story that I know needs to happen, but I don't feel like I'm equipped enough to write right then, I can skip over and come back. Like, that's always been the case. But now, because I do have dictation in my back pocket, I don't have to be so chronological with what I'm writing. I can skip around. So all that to say that if I can get this formatted and cleaned up, legible, printed out, and I can go through scene by scene, I can probably start writing this thing pretty soon. I know I've given myself 2 weeks, 2 Fridays from now. So this upcoming Friday and next Friday. But what I think is going to happen is I think I may finish a little sooner. 10K in the outline alone, bruh. There are a bunch of book or author tubers who I consume their media, and I see what's going on with them, and a few of which who have been like, yeah, my outlines are 50K or 20K or whatever. And it was always so baffling to me, because for me, it's all about the beginning, the middle, the end, and bullet points. Like, I have not, as I mentioned before, the holiday novel that I wrote, that outline was the most detailed that I had created up to that point. But with this, seeing this outline laid out, and it's 10K plus. I think it's like 10,010 words, something like it's right, just right over 10K. I get it now, and I like what I've done because one, I had fun doing it. Two, I was also like folding in the world itself, and so that was a big portion, a big thing that helped facilitate some of that story, and it leaves no room for error. Like, yeah, you can restructure and change things, but for the most part, like, there's no Tom and Jill argue, and then 3 chapters later they make up. Well, no, I have Tom and Jill argued specifically about the way this one thing was handled, and their opposing opinions caused a fracture in their relationship, and now I know that they have to end up here. But what facilitates the walking out on each other with the fracture, and then 3 or 4 chapters later getting back together? What needs to, so I like, all of that is detailed. So I'm freaking excited. So this is pretty much a check-in. Like, I met my first goal. If I can format this and get this printed out, I'm still in my like timeline window, so to speak. Timeline window, my outlining window. So if I can capitalize on this time and get that printed out and kind of look through it, maybe highlight stuff, color code it, because there are a few different storylines that are going on that I need to keep track of. That will be good. Lastly, before I wrap this up, there is an ending that I initially wrote, and it would have been good, and I still think that it is a good ending for the book. But when I got to outlining and I got to plotting and putting that dialogue in and moving things around, I found a much better ending. And not better in the sense that, like, it cut back on some words, which is something that I am I know it has to be done in editing anyways, but if I can, like, at the planning stage, cut off what would be, like, I would imagine 3,000 or 4,000 words, if not more, to get to this initial ending that is not absolutely necessary, because again, canon is what you write, is what you publish, not what you write. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And of course, anything could change, but like, as it stands now, I'm pretty firm with where this story is, and I'm happy that I'm in this place. And so I'm going to wrap up here, get to formatting the outline, print it out, come back, color code everything, figure out storylines, and hopefully start writing tonight. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow, Monday, was my timeline to start. So if tomorrow, that's fine. But I'm looking forward to it, and I hope y'all are too. So yeah, Rhayne Coleman. Follow me on my indie author journey and this series while I set up this 3-book series, novella series. I'm not trying to do a full-length novel. And follow me on this journey, and I can't wait to see you at the end.